We think that the way you influence others comes down to your job description, your credibility, your authority, your tone of voice, your body language, and all these things that we've told that are key to influencing others. And they are key in some context. But there is one thing that you need to do before any of that if you want to influence other people, if you want to influence others. And in this video, I'm going to tell you that one secret that is going to help you connect and influence other people when you're communicating with them. And like all the videos that we do, there is an action sheet below this video in the description. So make sure after you've watched this video, click on the action sheet and take the actions that you need to take so you can apply this to your world, your job, your company, wherever it is you work. Now, I had a client and we were working on a presentation that she was giving to her whole company. And her whole company was $1 billion company, global $1 billion company. And she works in the sustainability team. And she has a 3-day event where everybody in this big global company comes online and goes to this sustainability event. What we were working on together was the presentation and the pitch of how you engage people to not only just turn up to the meeting, but actually engage with it and take action from it. And in the normal human way, she had her presentation, she had 15 minutes at the front of the presentation, at the front of the days, where she was going to address the whole company and tell them what was going to go on in the next 3 days. And like normal people, she was kind of like, this is what we're going to cover in the next few days. You know, this is what's been going on in the sustainability team. These are our KPIs and, you know, we really want you to be engaged with this. What we did instead, once I got involved, was we flipped all of that round. So when you start a presentation or a conversation with someone, you need to get their attention. You need to earn their attention, and to do that you need to connect with them and speak to them in a language that they understand, but also with content that they're interested in. So if you start the presentation talking about everything from the sustainability team, everyone's going to be like, yeah, right, okay, gotta go off and do my thing. But if you start that presentation with the key things that they're interested in, that they're focused on, that they care about, then you're going to get their attention. So instead of starting about, here's the sustainability strategy, this is why it's important, blah, 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 we actually started that presentation off with the messaging of turnover. These strategies, you need to pay attention in the next few days. You need to pay attention in the next year to this because it's going to affect our turnover. It's going to affect who invests in us. It's going to affect our client relationships because our clients are demanding that we have certain protocols in place. And it will affect how we deliver our service and the products that we deliver. And by starting at that point, by starting with turnover, investors, clients, and rollout of product, and that is why you need to get on board with this, that's why you need to pay attention to this, was a totally different presentation to open that 3-day event. So instead of everyone going, oh gosh, I've got to get on this and I know we should be doing something about sustainability, they're getting on that presentation and you're talking their language and what they're interested in, so you immediately connect and you've got influence with them. So if you talk their language, connect with them, think about what is important to them, what are their pain points, what are the benefits, all of those things first, and then you give them all the information they need and all the sustainability strategy in this case, then you are going to have more influence over them. They're going to pay more attention to you because you have to earn the right to get people's attention. Even if they are on that call, even if they are connected to your Teams call or your Zoom call, you need to earn their attention, because our brains are all over the place and thinking and doing other things, answering emails, everything else is going on. So to have influence over other people, you need to think through what is important to them. How do you connect with them? What is it that's going to motivate them to get engaged? And then present all the things that you need to. So get that connection first and foremost, and take things and the conversation from there. So what is the secret to influencing other people? The number one secret to influencing other people who you interact with is meet them where they are. Not from your perspective, your experience, your current priorities, what's going through your head, but meeting them where they are, what is going through their head instead of yours. Most people, when we come into meetings or interactions or on the phone or whatever it is, when we're interacting with someone else, we're just coming in from our perspective. What is going through our mind? What are our priorities? What are we thinking about? What do we want out of the interaction? What do we want out of the meeting? What do we want from them? Because it is the most natural thing to do. It's human nature, right? Because we're in our world, we're thinking our thoughts. But actually, if you want to influence others, the key is to think about where they are. What is a priority for them? What is going through their head? What are they coming to this meeting for? What's the outcome they want from this meeting? What is a factor at the moment? What could be a factor at the moment? What is going on in their world? Who are they having to deal with? What are the projects they're having to deal with? What is maybe going on in their environment? What is a priority for them? What is going on that is a priority for them in the company, in the business, on the project? Because especially when you're speaking to senior stakeholders, they're coming at the conversation and the interaction and the questions and the decision from a completely different place to where you're coming in from, as is everybody, because we've got our own lives, we're all unique, right? So the key to having influence on someone else is to meet them where they are, meet them at their map of the world, what they're thinking about, and engage and get rapport there and demonstrate that you understand where they are. And then you can take them to the decision that you need to take, or the action that you want to take, or give them the information that you want. But if you go in with your view and your opinion and what you want, and you're doing it from your world, then you're immediately not getting that connection. And it's very difficult to influence others if you haven't got that connection. So go in thinking, what is going on in their world? What is it that they want? What are their priorities? What are their pain points? What are the things they want? What are the things they really want? What are the things that are going to be a factor in this conversation from their perspective? And if you do that, that is how you influence others. Match what you say to the priorities, triggers, and influences of the person you're speaking to. And as a reminder again, you can download the action sheet from this video so that you can take these steps and you can get the slides and you take the action. So make sure after you've seen this video, click on the link in the description just underneath this video and get the action sheet that goes with this presentation. It's really important that you take the action. You don't just watch this video, you actually take the action afterwards. So you just got to click on it below. And the number one takeaway for this video on how to influence others is the number one secret to influencing other people who you want to interact with is meet them where they are and not where you're coming from. It increases the chances of getting people's attention because you're going to say something that they're interested in. It increases the influence that you have with them. It increases the connection. It increases all of those personal communication, interaction things that go on, not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. And making sure that you are interacting them and seeing them nodding along with, thinking, that is exactly what I need to know in this interaction. That is exactly what I want. And when you do that, and if you start from that place in the way that you communicate with people, you are going to have masses more influence on others. So make sure you download the action sheet from this video, and there'll be a video coming up now which will help you communicate better, communicate with more confidence. So click and watch that video too. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because it's really important. We're always sharing lots of really great content that we hope that you'll enjoy. So click on the other video, make sure you subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you there.